Welcome to Grand Theft Auto 4, the forgotten bastard of the Grand Theft Auto series, unless you count the original two games as more fitting of that.
Bitches! Dirty fucking bitches!
Dave, come on.
Come
on. Niko, what are you doing?
Dave is not coming.
Ignore him. Come on, we gotta get this thing ready before we dock. Let's go.
When GTA 4 came out, it was
Here, pass me that.
a successful video game, of course. There's almost no way that it could have been anything else. But it was criticized pretty heavily for its darker tone, the more somber setting. When you start out the game, everything is very dark, and it stays dark. And the color palettes of the game are more washed out. There's a lot more earth tones. And people, coming off of GTA San Andreas and Vice City, people weren't really thrilled with the slightly more realistic look of the character designs, the darker tone of the graphics. The main character, Niko, people weren't really thrilled with because he just seems to be angry and upset about everything all the time. Part of his story is, he's actually a very violent person. And of course, Rockstar was trying to make something slightly more realistic than their previous entries. People would argue that San Andreas was a very realistic game. It wasn't nearly as cartoony as Vice City was, but it still had some of the elements. And San Andreas is, of course, still a fairly unique title. They've never really, even with GTA 5 going back to the West Coast, 5 has been pretty heavily criticized for not being able to recapture any of the magic of San Andreas, and 4 has just kind of stood alone as it, successfully reimagined Liberty City, the Liberty City of GTA 3, and yet it just created a different type of game. Although something that struck me starting to play this again and getting everything set up and getting it all ready is that compared to GTA 5, 4 is much closer to Vice City and San Andreas than it is to 5. 5 wasn't really just a slight step beyond 4. 5 was the one that actually seems to have made the really big leap to me. 4 is actually a lot closer to the previous titles. You see it a lot more looking back from where we are now than you could see it at the time. At the time, you saw something that had, leapt beyond the cartoony graphics and the over-the-top nature of the characters and was trying to do something very mature and serious.
So good to see you, cousin. I can't believe
Now, all of that said, this game, it's not even right to say this game isn't without its flaws. This game is loaded with problems. One of the first ones that you run into is that the PC port was very poorly optimized. Here we are years and years later, the PC port is still very poorly optimized. I mean, yeah, I've got my big aging now, but very overpowered computer, and I've got my 2 video cards, and I've got my 6-core processor running at a very high speed, and it really doesn't matter. There's certain areas of the game where you're going to see massive stuttering and shearing and tearing just because the game just can't. It was never set up properly.
Hey, is this a cab? Where's the sports car?
And of course, the game has some pretty massive story problems. It's got a whole lot of contradictions and inconsistencies, things that weren't even an issue in San Andreas and Vice City because the whole thing was a little bit simpler. The stories were more over the top and a little bit more silly. There were certain things that it didn't matter because even a base level of consistency wasn't that big of an issue in those guys. You see a few problems in San Andreas, I guess. But in this game, when they tried to make it a little bit more serious, a little bit more realistic, they tried to touch on some more relevant issues, and instead of lampooning them, they were actually commenting on them. Instead of using parody and satire, they were actually trying to, teach some moral lessons about some things. And when you do that, you've got to be more careful with your story. And Rockstar they weren't successful at it. There are several story problems, and you know me, when it comes to story problems, I'm going to end up pointing out just about every single thing that I run across where they contradict things, and you'll start running into a few of them pretty early. And of course, you got some things that are just silly, but well, I'll get into some of the things where we get into some issues pretty soon.
That is my camp depot, cousin. It is where I make all the money.
Hove Beach, next to the docks. Immigrants here do not make it very far from the boats they come in on.
No, everyone seems happy where they are. It reminds them of the Black Sea or something. People leave home to hang around the people they ran away from. Well, Ochunno, it's just temporary for us, though. Our sights are set for the top. Mansions in Bircham, penthouse in Algonquin, a model on each arm. Me and my cousin Niko, rulers of the world.
Spin your wheels already.
You drive like a bitch. How you going to find your way around the city without me? Come back, Niko! Ne budu dete! Oh, you're back. Can we go home now? Molim vas važne, gospodine!
These dogs eat them. You cannot beat them.
This is the mansion?
Just a temporary place. The mansion is coming, cousin. That's the dream. Follow me. Come in, come in! Make yourself at home. What's mine is yours. Got him! Little bastard. If he paid some rent, I wouldn't care. Oh, shit. Oh, that's not nice. Ah, cousin. It's so good to see you. Oh, shit. Well, I need to change anyway.
So, you full of crap or what?
What?
Where's luxury condo? Where's sports car? Where's Barbara with big titties and Stephanie who sucks like a vacuum?
What are you talking about?
In your letters to my mother, in your letters to me, all I hear about is Mr. Big, Mr. Roman, living the American dream. Sports cars, condos, women, money, the beach, opportunity. I come here, and the only thing big about your life is the cockroaches.
That's right. I got the best cockroaches, I got the best dirt.
Screw you, you idiot!
Okay, I'm an idiot, but you must admit, I have the best line in bullshit you ever heard.
Yeah, this I know, asshole.
But here, all I needed was one good guy. One good guy I could do well. Not take over the world, but do okay. Now maybe I have this. But what about you? What about you, cousin?
What? What about me?
Oh, why you leave home after all this time? First I hear you running with the wrong kind. Then I hear you join the merchant navy. Now you're here. You never tell me anything.
No.
What do you mean, no?
No, I never tell you anything. Another time.
Ooh, mystery man, strange and exotic sailor. What happened? Did your captain make you pregnant?
Screw you! No, it's nothing like that. The ships were fine. It was before that. Two things. You remember, during the war, we did some bad things. And bad things happened to us. War is where the young and stupid are tricked by the old and bitter into killing each other. I was very young and very angry. Maybe that is no excuse. Roman? Roman! Are you sleeping, you fat
No,
fuck?
no way.
Come on!
What's the time? Shit, I've got to get the cab back. It's on the shift.
Ah!
Oh, Jesus! Tastes
Wrong.
like a rat shot in it. Nico,
Jeez.
I've got to run. Come
What?
meet me at the cab office. It's
you
easy.
talking
Out the
about?
door, turn left, then the first
I
left at the diner, go down
I
one
knew
block
you-
and turn right on Iroquois. Then walk all the way down and we're right there on the left
you
on the corner of
talking
Cisco
about,
Street.
man?
It's really flash. We got lots of TDs and some incredible molders. Nico, give me a hug. Good to have you here, cousin. I've got something for you. Oh, damn. Damn. Yes, Vlad. Sorry. Forgive me, okay? No, please don't cut my cock off. Okay, Vlad. Yes. Okay.
Okay. Now, we just saw one of the first things about the story that really bugs me, which is it's something, and of course this is told from Niko's point of view, but still, it basically, he comes here from, what was it, Romania? I think that's right. Comes to Liberty City from Romania on the Merchant Marine, possibly Latvia. I can't remember now. I'd have to look it up again. And he shows up, and Roman's been feeding him a line of bullshit all of this time. And Roman didn't come to the country a few years ago and become instantly rich, and therefore the American dream was broken and everything's a lie. Which is basically the attitude that Niko takes for the rest of the game. You don't show up in America and get handed $1 billion and to prostitutes to live with you, therefore America must be broken. Anyway, moving on from that, right quick, we're going to take care of two things. One, a lot of people never realized you could go grab that handgun. You can get up on the Hove Bridge, or Boca Bridge, I can't remember what it's called. You can get up on the bridge right by your apartment and run up, and there's a gun sitting right out halfway across the bridge. Now, because this is early in the game, the second you cross the midpoint going over to the middle island, you immediately generate a 6-star wanted rating. Now, that's actually incredibly difficult to do later in the game. It's very hard to generate that 6-star rating. But it's incredibly easy to do it first thing in the game. Now, there's a couple of other things that I could have used that 6-star rating for. But for right now, we're just going to use it to get that achievement, one-man army, which is holding on to a 6-star rating for 5 minutes without dying. It's incredibly easy to do that right at the beginning of the game. And now that we've got a save point and a weapon, and we're all full health, it's time to run down and see Roman.
Come on, big guy. Either do some work or get out of here. We don't need jokers. Screw you! Baby, when I look into your eyes, it means something. I see little Romans. I see little Mallorys. I see stars. I see angels. In my homeland, we have a saying.
Yeah, we got one too. You're a fag. Jesus, Roman, you fucking idiota. How could I take you seriously?
Very difficult, I think. Hello, Roman. Hello, miss.
Mallory, this is my cousin I tell you about, Niko.
Hi.
Niko, this is Mallory, the beautiful girl I tell you about. See? Not everything I tell you is bullshit.
I bet most of it was.
Hey.
I hope you're less full of shit than your cousin over here.
Thank you.
This is the woman that I'm going to marry.
Whatever you say.
I thought you were going to marry me, baby.
Vlad.
Hey, Vlad, great. You're fucking crazy, man.
You should lose few pounds. Otherwise, this beautiful lady is going to leave.
I know. I'm a fat prick. What can I do?
Pay you debts?
I will do, man. We spoke of this.
No, we didn't speak. You spoke. Then you say your phone out of batteries. You treat me like a bitch.
Never. I treat you like an idiot, not a bitch, huh?
I guess it's true. The beautiful women do like the guys with a funny sense of humor. Ho ho. I'm laughing.
I'll get you the money.
I know. And Roman, tell this fucking yokel here, if he doesn't stop staring at me, I'll have his head chopped off and put a film of it on the internet!
Ouch.
Ah. Oh, good. Great.
Yeah, fantastic. Look, say what you like, but at least that guy knows how to speak to a lady.
Yes, he's all charm. Come on, Niko, let's go. Darling, I'll see you later. I've got to take my cousin around some more, get him settled. Niko, you're driving us to a hardware store on Dillon Street.
Doing some home improvements, Roman. You're going to build this mansion you tell me about?
Oh, funny guy. We're going to get money. In America, you need money to do anything. You're taking me to a backroom game where I'll win all the dollars we need to really see this town. Nightclubs, women, titties!
You can play, right? Ti si dobar u ovoj igri?
I am the best. I kick all the asses that play me. They call me the janitor.
Because you can't pay your debts and they make you mop the floor? Never what no.
Funny. No, I'm the janitor because I always clean up. I always win. Get it?
Chistach naravno. I seriously hope your cards are better than your nicknames.
Only problem is I'm playing with some money I meant to give to these Albanian scumbags. Here's hoping they don't show up, eh?
We got loan sharks after us. Roman, šta se dešava?
After me, and it doesn't matter anyway. When I've played this game, I'll have enough money to pay them back 10 times. Oni su slabići u svakom slučaju. Niko, wait for me here while I go inside to clean up. Shit, I almost forgot. I'm giving you my old phone. My new number's in there. Call me if some Albanians show up in some shitty beige Willard. Those are the guys I owe money to. Do not hurt them. I know what you're like, Niko Bellic.
You and your debts, Roman. Uvek isto, nikad drugačije. It's so quiet out here, Roman. You winning? Molinte reci da.
Don't worry, I'm getting so many bullets it's like I'm an AK. Miss McCool.
Here are the loan sharks, of course.
Come on! That piece of shit is gambling our money in here.
Cousin, two guys are going in the store. I think they are the loan sharks you speak of.
Shit, I'm down.
You better get out of there.
All right, I'm coming.
Shit, Niko, it's them. They must have been told I was here.
Roman Bellic, we will find you soon!
Remember, do not hurt the loan sharks. The debt will just increase. Get us back to the depot, quick!
All right, cousin, I'll lose them. Sadanie tapo test.
Just like the old days, eh?
In the old days, we were dodging bombs, not loan sharks.
Just drive. Leave the funny comments to me. Hey! Oh, they stopped following us. Clearly, they are too scared of what I could do to them. Do you think they saw me?
Of course they saw you. I mean, you're a distinctive man, Roman.
That is why the ladies love me. Fuck those Shylocks, they'll get their money. They just have to wait.
We should stand up to them. Gideti e bonus.
Niko, you're new. You don't understand the way things work.
Oh, yeah?
We are at the bottom of the ladder, man. These thugs push us around, but they are not to be feared. It is the Russian mobsters, Vlad's bosses that run everything. Be careful of them.
You tell me to behave, Mr. Janitor? If you understand it all, where is the money?
I lost it this time, but when I go back, the last thing they will expect is for me to take everything. Then I really will clean up.
Poverevachu, God vidim, Roman.
We're here. Oh, you like your phone? Maybe one day you get a premium quality one like mine. Then you will have really made it.
I can only wish.
See you later, cousin.
Do I have to kill someone to get moving?
А сколько с ума можно сойти?
Hey, Roman, I got your text.
Great, Niko. I've got my hands full at the moment with these charming moneylenders I know. Maybe you should come to the cab office. Help me out?
I'll see you soon.
Come on, Daddy, what's your problem?
I don't have problem. You do.
Don't be a dick, man! Come on!
Where's your Russian friend now, huh?
He's not my friend, he's
Huh?
my loan shark!
Huh?
Stop this!
Huh? Who are you?
Get out of here.
What?
Yes.
Huh? Ah! My arm! Oh!
What about you?
Help me! Help me!
Come on, Supak.
Leonard! Help me!
Get out of here now! And if you come back, I'll kill you. You understand?
You forgot this? You Benin pricks?
Stranya.
Shit, Niko. What did you do?
He was going to stab me.
Now he's going to kill you.
Fuck him.
Look at this mess. Screwed. Again. You want to know why I'm not living in a nice condo, banging for women? It's because of shit like this. Assholes threatening
Shut
me.
up.
Oh, great. Mallory. Hey, beautiful. Yeah, great. Listen, I'm having a bit of a problem at the office. I can do it. Niko can do it.
Huh? What?
Well, why would you want me then? Well, screw you then. Great girl. Can you do me a favor? Mallory needs a lift. Can you go pick her up at the Hove Beach subway station?
Yeah.
Take the cab. She's got a friend with her. Maybe someone you can date.
Fuck you.
Oh, man, look at this crap. My computer and everything.
Now we're getting into one of the more poorly received areas of GTA 4, the girlfriends and friends mechanic. In GTA 4, you date several different women throughout the game, just like you did in GTA San Andreas. They also added different friends in for you to meet that can provide different benefits throughout the game. And you have to maintain the relationship with them in order to keep those benefits up. And it's, they didn't do it very well.
I live on Rotterdam Hill up on Mohawk Avenue. You know where that is?
The other thing that we have here is you've got the whole subplot that you start with Michelle, who's the first girlfriend, and basically is just thrown at you covered in sticky glue, essentially. I mean, she's going to be your first girlfriend. You really don't get a choice in it because she's actually, a little bit of a spoiler here, part of the plot of the game, at least, you know, through the first quarter or half the game, something like that. So you don't really have a choice in it, but, you know, I guess they were trying to, you know, show you just enough, because we're going to be getting into the relationship with her pretty quick, and they're going to be showing you just enough so that you can sit there and start drawing your own conclusions about what, you know, what story might be going on and who she is. But they also tried to, you know, keep it in a little bit of a red herring by, I guess, the implication being that, you know, well, she's just, you know, nervous to be dating Niko, and again, it's just not very well written.
The friend gave me her number, but I don't think Mallory likes my
And now
clothes
it's
so
time
much.
to move on to the very next step, which is showing us that we can go buy new clothes. You don't, without mods, and there aren't a ton of mods for GTA 4, and most of the mods that you can get for GTA 4 are just adding in cars or converting them. There are very few texture mods that you can get, unfortunately, to upgrade the look, but I'm happy to leave it where it is. I mean, the game's hard enough to get running well anyway. But there's just not a lot you can do on customizing the look of your character either. I really think you could do more in GTA San Andreas. It's just something like they only wanted to take it so far and then they never went back to it. I don't know.
Hey,
Okay,
Roman,
confirm
I got some clothes. It looks like they brought the stuff in
that
from the old
we
country, though.
have our clothes now. Now we're about to get into something a little bit tricky that we have to be careful with. And this is using meta knowledge too, so fair warning. Okay, what happened there was I had a little bit of a problem in some timing and circumstances. It's easy to crash. Here's the important thing that we were trying to get to, though. Right after you buy the clothes, very quickly,
What's up, Michelle?
you need to get a save game in.
You do not normally do what?
Usually you will have enough time to run straight down to the apartment and save the game before Michelle calls. And you want to do that to get that save game into a new slot. Michelle will call you and ask you out on a date. Every time someone calls and asks you to go out, if you're playing a game where you maintain relationships, you want to do it. But because of something that happens in the game, you need to do this as soon as you get off the phone with Michelle. Let the conversation end, go in and put your phone in standby mode, which, as it says on the screen right there, means that nothing story related can happen while your phone is on standby. Now, that's only about 90% true. Because what happens is, right before you get to Michelle's apartment, Roman will call with an emergency that you have to go help him with right then. You can ignore it, technically, I guess. I can't remember if you can ignore it or not now. I just can't. And this is just here's all the different, talking about the things you do for dates and stuff like that. But anyway, you need to keep that phone call from Roman from happening so that you can go on the date with Michelle, get the date with Michelle taken care of successfully, which is important early in the game. And then once you finish the date with Michelle, your phone will reset to take standby mode off again, and you will automatically get the call from Roman and you can move on. But you have to put your phone in standby. And from what I remember, this is the only time in the game that you have to do
I'm
that.
just finishing my hair. Come in.
Thank you.
I'll be with you in a minute.
Did you just move in?
Something weird sitting on her
Stuff is
dresser.
new.
All
Some
of her
even still
stuff
have
is
tags on.
brand new.
Oh, well, I like things
Like,
clean.
still has the tags
see
on
that.
it.
But everything is
And
Yeah,
they made a
kind
point of
obsessed
showing
with
us
cleanliness. Things get
her
on my nerves when I
picking
do the
something
room
up off the
Oh,
floor,
see or something?
Oh,
setting
So,
it out of the
wait.
way.
you look good.
Aw, thanks.
I don't know. I'm new here. I thought maybe we could go to the,
Gets very defensive when
Fun
Niko
fact.
takes a step towards her.
Yeah, great.
And of course
Let's
has herself
go.
positioned,
Love the
you know,
funfair.
where he can't go
I
into
should
her
follow
bedroom.
my
Of course, all of this, there's perfectly rational
what'd you do?
explanations. And of course, they also made a point of highlighting that the counters in her kitchen were loaded up with, you know, pretty strong cleaning supplies, which backs up her story about being, you know, OCD
So,
about
Michelle,
cleanliness.
what do you like to do?
What do you like to do?
Come on, I asked you first.
I like to keep active, I guess. Sports.
And then, of
working
course, you've
out,
got the
things
question
like
and
that. I'd
conversations.
like to know about you, though. See the places you hang out.
Yeah, maybe another time.
Carnival's closed, Niko. I think some big developers have bought it or something. Hey, there's a bowling alley up here. We should play.
Cool. Let's go bowling, then.
Америку я люблю. Иммигранты раздражают.
Thanks for taking me out. I haven't been on a date for a while. I'm kind of lonely here.
I thought you were doing me a favor by going out with me. You're the local.
I'm not a local in Liberty City. I came here from somewhere...
Where?
Oh, the Midwest. You probably know more people here than me.
More assholes, maybe.
Welcome to Memory Lanes, my friend. We have a lane available for you right now.
Good luck.
This is the one thing that's really great about bowling with Michelle.
You're good, Niko. That was fun. Will you take me back home now?
I'm not going to make you take the subway. Let's go. So, you don't know many people here in Liberty City? No boyfriends or husbands or anything?
No, I guess I'm married to my job.
Well, what do you do?
What do you do?
Come on, I asked first.
I work with Mallory. What do you do, exactly?
You're a hard girl to talk to, Michelle.
I guess you're not used to talking to American women.
I guess.
So what are you doing here in Liberty City, Niko?
What's anybody doing here? I don't know.
I think you do. There must be something that made you leave your home and come here.
Roman's bullshit stories, maybe. I just felt like I needed a new start.
There's nothing else about Liberty City then? Just Roman?
Maybe there is more to this place. I'm not sure yet.
That was nice. I'm really interested in seeing you again.
Yeah, that would be good. I'll give you a call.
Please do, Niko. See you soon.
Now, I'm going to try to play this game as straight up as possible. So, you know, this is Michelle's car. I'm going to go back and get in Roman's car because that's my car. I'm not going to run around and steal whatever's convenient, although I'm pretty sure at some point in the game I'm going to have to just steal whatever's convenient. I'll walk when it's reasonable to walk, jog when it's fine to jog. And you see that the phone's back in normal mode. And Roman's in trouble, and we need to go rescue him, which actually gets the plot going.
Come on, guys. Let's be reasonable.
Listen, Darden is a good friend of mine. It was a misunderstanding.
Hey! Shit! There he is! Keep on fat boy here, and I'll talk to him. Our problems with your cousin.
I told you to stop. Now it's too late.
Back up!
Still think you're hard? You all right, cousin?
Yeah, fine. Fucking loan sharks, man. If one more of these gangsters tries to... Speaking of shitheads, here's Darden. Come on, my car is over there. Let's get him. You drive. I don't feel so good. These guys think that they're better than me. They think they can fuck me around and beat me up because there are more of them. Not any longer. Me and you, Niko. Me and you are going to show them. Fucking dirt and smashing my fucking stuff. Who does he think he is? Just some fucking petty Albanian hood. If I wanted to buy a stolen TV, I go to Darden. Who does he think he's fucking with? Bellic Enterprises, that's who. We're going to the top, Niko. The top!
For now, let's just try to survive, cousin.
Stay the fuck away from me! You broke my arm already, man! Motherfucker! Your cousin owes us money! Shithead!
You want me to kill you? There's what we owe you, Darden. Nothing else. Darden ain't a problem for you no more, cousin.
Nice one, cousin. Drive back to the depot. These bruises are starting to pain. I'm out of here!
These men, these Shylocks like Darden, they always try to squeeze you for everything. A man in Europe, another Russian. Bulgarin. He lived on the Adriatic. Believed I owed him money when I did not. It made my life impossible. There was no avoiding him.
Did you deal with him like you did Darden and Bleeder?
He had too many connections for that. I had to leave. He is one of the reasons I came here.
And to see your cousin, of course.
Of course.
We will have no more problems from now on, cousin. It is all plain sailing straight to the top for you and me.
We will see if things are that simple.
Thank you, cousin. I'll see you later.
Can I have one of them, please?
Quality merchandise.
Thank you very much.